all done today. Debbie will help you again. I know that many of you had some trouble going on to the sign up payment. Debbie will either help you do that yourselves or she will do it for you. It's been working. Many of you have been able to do it. Many of you have not been able to do it. So we want to give you some additional support to do that.
No, you have it. I don't want it. I'm muted.
You're not muted, Betty.
I'll do that in a second. I'm making you a co-host.
Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, there we go. Very good.
I'm trying. How do you meet everybody at once?
I got it. I'm all set. I did it. Okay. All right. So today, Faye Levison is teaching. We're happy to have Faye with us. And if Debbie, if you put the Misha Berach slide up, Marlene Ostro is going to be singing Misha Berach today for us.
Give me just a minute.
Got it?
Sure.
And Marlene has unmuted herself.
Unfortunately, only one of us can do that at a time. Can I take you off of host?
I'm not host, I'm co-host, but yeah. Yep.
Okay.
No, we're live on Facebook, Debbie.
Yes, we are live.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Let me just tell you that Rabbi's not with us today. She's busy preparing for the Siyum tonight. And
Having trouble getting it to come up with what I want. Give me just a second. I think I got it.
okay. So Rabbi's preparing for that. And this afternoon at 3 o'clock, we also have Lois Silverman's last Jewish Women in Film series at 3 o'clock. And she's going to sum up. That's going to be a lot of fun. I saw the synopsis for her class, and I think you'll enjoy it. And she's summing up everything. So
You see it now?
Yes, we can.
All right.
But it's not the Misha Berach. There we go. Very good. Okay, so we welcome Marlene Ostro with us right now. Thank you, Marlene.
Thanks. Misha Berach Avotenu Makor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Makor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Marlene. And now we welcome Faye Levison, who's going to be teaching today. And we're happy to have Faye doing that. So when Debbie puts up the slide, Faye, do you want her to put up the slide first, or do you want to talk first?
I'll talk first, and then we can read the slides, the song. It's kind of mixed, but I'll go with the slides at the end.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. On Thursday night, I scrolled through my email before turning off my computer. I saw a message from Rabbi Ellen asking if I could fill in and teach today. The psalm would be Psalm 114, a psalm I am familiar with singing, but not one that I regularly have read the translation for. I decided to go for it and step up to the challenge. Psalm 114, a late psalm, is exceptional in its structure and content. The tightly structured 8 verses recall the exodus from Egypt using the beauty of nature. It is the second psalm of the Hallel service and a brief one that is comprised of 8 verses split evenly between 4 sections. In the first section, verses 1 and 2, we deal with the Exodus and Israel becomes God's holy dominion. In section 2, comprised of verses 3 and 4, the seas, rivers, mountains, and hills react. In section 3, made up of verses 5 and 6, a question is raised to these geographical entities. And in section 4, verses 7 and 8, a further command is made to them. Most significantly, unnatural changes are a pervasive theme in this psalm. Bodies of water dry up, mountains dance, and flints yield water. This may suggest that Israel becoming God's dominion is another unnatural transformation. The psalm's very tight structure is atypical and is not shared with the surrounding Hallel psalms. We cannot know why the author wrote this way. Perhaps he liked such structure or was writing for an audience who would appreciate the simplicity. As the psalm is about the exodus from Egypt, many attempt to understand it in accordance with the Torah's telling of the story. Yet an unbiased look at Psalm 114 shows several ways that it differs from the Torah, which I will attempt to explain. First, when did Israel become God's nation? According to Psalm 114, it is when the people Israel came out of Egypt. B'tzeit Yisroel miMitzrayim. Genesis, however, strongly suggests that Abraham was the first Israelite, and through him, the children of Jacob, renamed Israel, was formed. The book of Exodus also suggests that Israel was formed through its covenant with God at Mount Sinai. As we read in Exodus chapter 19, verses 5 and 6, quote, "Now then, if you will obey me faithfully and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession among all the peoples. Indeed, all the earth is mine, but you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation." End quote. Our psalm has a third possibility, that Israel was formed as a nation during the Exodus. Again, the first line, when the people Israel came out of Egypt, the house of Jacob from a people of strange speech, depicts Israel just going out of Egypt without any help from God. God is present in the Psalms implicitly from the beginning, but is only mentioned explicitly in the Psalm's final section. Professor Marx V. Brettler believes that the goal of Psalm 114 was not merely to rewrite history, but to convince the post-exile Jewish community that the future holds great promise. The psalm paints a picture of the good old days of the Exodus from Egypt as something that occurred with relative ease. Once God appears, even the mountains and the sea cannot withstand God's presence. The implied message is that the return from Babylon, which transpired over a long time period, will also be as great as the Exodus of long ago. Professor Brettler adds that the fact that the psalm begins with Israel leaving Egypt rather than being brought out by God may also be pushing those in exile to take their own initiative and to leave Babylon for the land of Israel without waiting for God to miraculously take them out. In short, Psalm 114 is a call to Israel to act on its own behalf, and perhaps indirectly for God to help them out. It declares that the God of the Exodus, who created Israel then, who made rivers turn around and mountains dance as all feared him, who turned rock to water, that God can certainly restore Israel's glory if only they will take the first step. We can go to the slides now. When Israel went forth from Egypt, the house of Jacob from a people of strange speech, Judah became God's holy one, Israel God's dominion. The sea saw them and fled. Jordan ran backward. Mountains skipped like rams, hills like sheep. What alarmed you, O sea, that you fled Jordan, that you ran backward? Mountains that you skipped like rams, hills like sheep. Tremble, O earth, at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the God of Jacob, who turned the rock into a pool of water, the flinty rock into a fountain. Now, as usual, I'll sing it. B'tzei Yisrael mi Mitzrayim, Beit Yaakov me'am lo es. Hayta Yehuda lekadsha, Yisrael mamshalota. Hayam ra vayanos hayarden, Yisov le'achar hecharim rakaducheli. Givo kivnei malachayam gitanus ayarden tivsov leachar hecharim dirkaduchelim givo kivnei milifnei adon uli aretz milifnei Elohai Yaakov, Hakafi Chatzur, Akamayim, Halamish, Lemanamayim.
Beautiful. Yasher Koach, Faye. We can always count on you to sing. We love that. Thank you so much. And we're all quite impressed that you got this message Thursday night and it's Monday morning, and your presentation was very thoughtful and always something to learn from you, Faye. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are going to read the Kaddish list and say Kaddish. And I know Janet Kirshner today is going to be reading the list. I have gotten a few messages about removing people from the Kaddish list. And I want to remind you that if your practice is to say it for 30 days and you'd like the person removed, let us know. If your practice is for 11 months and you'd like us to continue to say the name, please let us know that also. But if you have someone that you would like to take off the list, we're happy to do that. We're happy to put people on the list. It's a way for all of us to remember our loved ones. So Debbie, if you'd like to put up the Kaddish list, and Janet Kirshner is going to read. Okay. Janet, can you unmute yourself, or do you need me to do that?
I am muted.
Very good. Thank you, Janet.
Okay, we remember Evelyn Seelig, Sue Press, Leona Elligberg, First Sergeant Amit Ben Yagal, Jesus Balina, David Kaplan, Louis Hoser, Ivan Stanton, Julie Wynn, Louis Berlin, Hilda Stern, Sylvia Krause, Hope Dellen, Jack Honowitz, Cy Kane, Mina Asserson, Richard Marheet, Lillian Rappaport, Eden Rich, Iden Ronan Greenstein, Susan Berman Levine, Avraham Ben Hirsch Lieb, Lillian Tobias, Alicia Niamsora, Helen Goldberg, Mark Schwartz, Dr. J. Marlin, Linda Hornick, Rabbi Sigma Faye Corin, Donna Spector, Samuel Ben Chaim, Andrew Cortez, Rabbi Ken Roseman, Hannah Rich, Stephen Lazarus, Moisha Miller, Stephen Carlin, Dolores Megan, Richard Marek, Doris Kaufman Shaman, Benjamin Zimmerman, Moshe Eliezer, Phyllis Haas, Thornton Soup Saferstein, Dr. Merrill Goldman, Moshe Shraga HaKohen Ben Bacha Mina, Herb Lubars, Rita Rifkin Liebman, Julie Horowitz, Allison Stopel Weaver, Herman Heinitz, Harold I. Abramson, Faye Grossman, Pinchas Ben Avraham, Judy Berger, Madeline Saul, Peter Letterman, Vera Gittin, Rabbi Micah Kaplan, Russell Bay, Nisan Yisrael Ben Yaakov Aria, Sarah Bat Avraham, Raymond Raskind, Staff Sergeant Adiel Fischler, Raymond Sassoon, Nachman Ben Leah, Devorah Bat Albert Miller, Ruth Wolf, Debbie Wilk, Joan Sitver, Hannah Bat Shimon Vicarline, Helen Rose, Leah Barker, David Adler, Robert Thorpe, Lushy Martin, Robbie Cohen, Ruth Ben Joseph, Margot Grosbein, Florence Lotzstein, Pinchas Mendel Ben Yaakov Varachel, Sam Schmuel, Rabbi Shalom Hecht, Rosamond Adler, Joan Steiner, Michael Silverman, Miriam Lehman, Larry Gamolka, Ellen Babbitt, Dr. Stephen C. Schieber, Michael Barr, Adrian Villa, all those who died in Beirut, and those servicemen who passed from Camp Pendleton, Lance Corporal Guillermo S. Perez, Private Brian J. Baltiera, Lance Corporal Marco A. Barranco, Private Evan A. Bath, U.S. Navy Hospital Man Christopher Gnem, Private Jack Ryan Ostrovsky, Corporal Wesley A. Rod, Lance Corporal Chase D. Sweetwood, Corporal Cesar A. Villanueva. I don't see any other additions. I do see one to remove on August 18th. May their memories be for a blessing.
Oh, and your site for Abraham Blumenfeld, my grandfather.
And that's a yard site, Toby?
Yes, just for today.
Thank you. Toby, would you like to lead us in Yunus Kaddish?
Sure. Yikadal,
Yikadash, Rabba, Bilma, Tivro, Kirite, Jam, Malkute, Bechaya, Om, Ubiameko, Uchaye, Dekol, Beit Israel, Agala, Udisman, Kari, Limru, Amen. Yehi, Shmei, Rabba, Levarach, Leolam, Ulameh, Amayim. Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yitbar, Yitramam, Yitnaseh, Yithadar, Yithaleh, Yithalal, Shmei, Yehudashah, Rihu, La'elah, Min Kol, Birchata, Shirata, Tushbekata, Benechemata, Damiran, Bialma, Ru, Amen. Yehi, Shlama, Rabba, Min Shemaya, Chaim, Aleinu, Bial Kol, Yisrael, Bimru, Amen. Oseh, Shalom, Bimramav, Hu Yachaseh, Shalom, Aleinu, Bial Kol, Yisrael, Bimru, Amen.
Amen. May their memories be for a blessing. Thank you to everyone that participated today. We appreciate it, especially Faye. Great job, Faye, on a moment. So I just checked, and the link for the CUM was sent out twice last week. On Tuesday, late in the day, you should have received Women's League this week, and it was there. And on Friday, there was an additional message sent about all of the Zooms this week. And it again had the link for the CUM in it. So if you still can't find it, let me know and we'll send it to you by email. But it came out twice last week. Okay. Also, I did notice that today we seem to have some new people on, and I don't know if they'd like to unmute themselves and introduce themselves, but there are some people that are not familiar to me. So we welcome you to our holy community. And again, if you'd like to unmute and introduce yourself, we're happy to hear from you. Quiet? Okay.
It just, Debbie, I
Yes.
don't know, Betty didn't say anything, but Sheila Goldsmith's always on. She's on a phone call with us always. She's on every day. She broke her pelvis the other day in the blackout of her home and fell. And she's been, she joins us every day, but she's going to leave the hospital today apparently and go to rehab. So I just, even though we don't do
Your
Mr.
sister,
Barrett every day.
is your sister president, Margie?
Yes, my co-president with Betty.
Right. Okay. Well, we wish her a Fuash Lema and we wish her a complete and healthy recovery. So we'll miss her. Betty, if you and Margie talk to her, tell her we missed her. Okay.
Carol Friedman's mother, Rosalind Holland, passed away.
Yes.
I read that too. Thank you. I know Razel posted, she's either posted it or she's in the
She
process.
posted it.
Yeah, and sending that out this morning.
And Debbie,
Yes, Audrey,
could you remove a name from the list, please?
I sure
I
could.
tried to email, but I couldn't get it through.
Okay.
Remove Ruth Ben Joseph.
Is this from the Kaddish list?
Yes.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
it's been a month already. It's toward the end of the list. So,
Oh, I have it. Thank you, Audrey.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
I had several people think that I made a mistake, that it should be Ruth Bott, but her last name was Ben Joseph.
Okay. No, you didn't make a mistake. Okay, so as I said before, it's a busy day. We have lots of activities going on for opportunities for engagement and learning. Debbie Lempert is going to stay on. If you need help with the Sign Up Genius, or you just can't figure it out and you want Debbie to put you in, she's happy to do that. I don't know. Anybody else have anything? Margie, you're raising your hand? No? Okay. I want to thank everybody for being here. It's a Monday. We had a little trouble settling down at the beginning. Everyone's got the Monday kind of thing going on. We hope everybody has power. I think almost everybody pretty much has their power back. There were some people in Long Island and I think still we're waiting. But New Jersey, I know, is back on. My friends in Connecticut are back on. And so we're happy about that everyone seems to have power and their air conditioning is going because it's going to be a hot and humid week on the East Coast. We thank you for being with us.
I'm going to go ahead. I put the link to the Sign Up Genius in the chat, but I'm going to share my screen to show you what it looks like.
Debbie,
how you sign up. So you'll see at the top. Can everybody see it?
Can you make it a little bigger, Debbie?
Let me see.
Okay.
Let me try.
can't read it.
Perfect.
I'm doing it as you're talking. So
Is that better?
Yep, it is.
Okay. So what you'll do is you'll come down and you'll pick, so we'll go down to what's coming up.
Can't see it.
So if you wanted to sing Misha Barach on Thursday, you would click this little button here, whatever jobs you want to sign up for. And you go down to the bottom of the page, scroll down.
Can't see it.
I'll try to make it a little bit bigger.
It's very small.
And at the very bottom down here, it says submit and sign up. When you do that, I was wrong. You do not need to use a password. All you do is put your first name in here, your last name in here, and your email. If you've already got an account, you come down here to log in and you log in. And then you hit sign up now, and that's it. And I will get an email that you signed up, and 2 days before your assignment, you will get a reminder. That's all you have to do. So somebody was asking,
Debbie,
yes,
could you just put my name down? And I can't seem to read it that well. It's Marion Tully. I'll do a Misha Baruch, but not on a Friday. Any
what
day
is
but
English
Friday.
Shabara?
Yeah,
What is your email address, Tully?
MV,
Yeah,
mvtully@gmail.com.
Tully.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not
Now,
letting. me
somebody
do that.
asked about if they're pushing slides. The only people currently who can push slides are people who are administrators, and we need to keep that to a smaller number. So Rabbi Wollensfield is going to be thinking about what that's going to look like, because you have to be an administrator so that you can go live on Facebook.
We're still live on Facebook.
Right, I figured this would be helpful for people who couldn't be on, who want to know. So,
Debbie,
yes,
I'm doing it as we're speaking and I'm putting in different passwords. It hasn't liked any of them. And it won't let me go further without it because it says that I haven't done all the criteria.
I didn't think you needed
I've done numbers and letters and a capital. What's the criteria for a password then?
it doesn't have a little, so it is asking you to make an account with the password.
Yeah.
Interesting.
When I send people up the other day, it just asked me for their name and email.
All fields are
Trouble
required.
with that too. It wasn't working, but then I just went out and came back in and it worked. Margie.
All fields are required, but I keep putting in different passwords, so it doesn't like them. So I don't know what the criteria.
I had to do
remember,
that too, and it changed, and I finally found one. But
Are you
I
clicking
see that
on
my
the-
name's not recorded. I
are you
did all of
clicking
that,
on the I'm
Deb,
not a
and my
computer?
name is not on there.
so why don't you email me privately and we'll get it set up. I know, Margie, when I went on to make the Women's League, to make an account, I had to have a symbol, I had to have letters, I had to have numbers.
You had to have a symbol. Okay, I didn't have a symbol.
Try that. If you
All
have
right.
trouble, email me. I can give you my phone number. You can call me.
No, that's all right. But now I got out of that system, so now I don't have.
So why don't you email me and then with your phone number, and I can call you and walk you through if you're having trouble.
That's
Happy
okay.
to do that.
Whenever you
And
need.
what is your email? Because I want to make sure about mine.
All right. It's D as in Debbie,
Mm-hmm.
Lempert like my last name, L-E-M like mother, P like Peter, E-R-T like Thomas,
Mhm.
the numeral 2 @gmail.com.
Thank you.
I'm going to take us off Facebook now.